Hi and welcome. My name is Ekemini Robert and welcome to just another wonderful video. In this video, we'll be finally learning how to design our website. Okay, so I'm assuming that by now you have your domain name purchased and your hosting set up and your domain name connected to hosting, which is what we did in the previous video before this. So in this video we will be learning how to actually finally design our website. So just in case you haven't had purchased a domain name and you probably haven't connected it to hosting, that is what we learned in our previous video. So you can always go and watch the video. I'll leave it just so what you want to do is that you can just check down below. You'll find the recommended resources section and you'll find a link to that video, how to purchase a domain name and connect managed WordPress hosting to that domain name. So that's that. So right now we want to learn how to actually set up our website. So just one thing here is that you don't have to do this on your own. Okay, so if you don't have the time or maybe the time to just do all that we want to do here, no problems. You can just go ahead and outsource this. Okay, that's not a big deal. Just go ahead and outsource it. But if you just want to learn how to do this, you want to know how to set up your website on your own, this video will website. So even if you don't want to go into blogging but just want a website for your online business, this video you'll learn how to set up a WordPress website for your online business. So let's just get started. Now, the first thing that you want to do is that you want to log into WordPress. Okay, just it's the usual thing. Your website name.com/wp-admin. Just type that into the address bar and hit the enter key. So sometimes it's going to ask you to log in. I have my credentials already saved here, so I'll just go ahead and log in. So here I am logged into my dashboard and this is what it looks like. Okay, so if you want to look at the front end of the website, you just type in your website URL, hit the enter key, and this is what you're going to find. Now, most WordPress installations the first time, depending on the theme you choose will look like this. So if you picked a different theme or something, it could look something different from this, but no problems. We just have to arrive at the same here. We're gonna have the same outcome in the end. Now, the good thing with WordPress is that you don't have to write code from scratch. This is what you can do. If you go to the appearance section, alright, if you go to appearance and then you go to themes, so you could just hover over appearance and then click on themes, and then you click on the theme session. You're gonna find this. Okay, so one thing that you find with WordPress is that there is this add new button here. You can always add a new theme, and then this will show you a variety, like an endless variety of themes that you can add to your website in just a single click. And then once you're done adding any of these themes to your website, you can just start editing these themes to look just whatever you want it to look like. So this is the beauty of WordPress. Now, something that happens is that some of these themes, they can be tricky. It's not just as simple as adding a theme and then making changes. Some themes are slow. Some themes are gonna need plugins that you don't even know exists. Some themes are going to need starter sites and all of this. Some themes are not good for SEO, and then some themes are very difficult to redesign. So these are the things that come into play when picking a theme. So there's a good chance that if you're doing this for the first time, you may not know which theme is good for you to pick. So this is why we want to do this. This is why we want to show you how to do this all the way. Okay, so we have a theme that we normally use, and the theme is very good. We picked this theme because it is fast, it doesn't lag, so visitors visiting your site won't have trouble because the theme is not slow, and also because it comes built in with so many SEO features. Okay, and that theme is simply Neve from Theme.io. So the theme is the Neve theme from Theme.io. So what I want us to do right now, what I want you to do is that you should just go to your address bar and type in themeo.com/themes/neve/starter-sites, themeo.com/themes/neve/starter-sites. Okay, if that is too long for you to just type in, I'll leave the link in the recommended resources section, so just scroll down and check that out. You will find this link right there, and when you enter the link, you're going to arrive here in a list of the starter sites. Maybe you're not doing this for the first time. You may be asking, why are we coming here all the way to starter sites? I thought we were going to install Neve first before we actually install the starter sites. Now you can always do that first, but there is an easier, simpler, more streamlined way of doing it, such that you install both Neve and the starter sites in a single go. So that's what we want to do. So I'll just go back to my dashboard homepage right here. So back to this page here. This is, so once you come to starter sites, you're going to find a whole lot of themes. Okay, so there's a whole lot of themes that you can choose from. All you want to do, thank God for WordPress, is that you just pick any of these themes, drop it on your website, and you start customizing it. You just start making changes to it to just make it your own. Even if you're, say, in the exercising niche, you can just pick up this theme, change the release stress and tension with yoga text to whatever you want to do. You want to write, you could just do something like lose weight in a matter of weeks or whatever, or so maybe welcome to my yoga studio, and then you make changes to these images, and just keep making changes to the template that you pick. So this is just a thing about WordPress. This is a thing which makes it very beautiful. Maybe you have a tech, you want to make a tech website, you could just pick this theme here. The only thing is that this is the pro version, so unless you pay for these pro versions, you cannot use them for free. But there are a lot of other free themes here, like this pet shop theme is actually free. Okay, the ones that you don't find pro, the ones that are not labeled pro, those are the ones you can use for free. Alright, so the theme that we want to use is this pet shop theme. So I'll click on it to preview the theme. So once you find any theme, just go ahead, click on it. It will open it up in another tab for you to preview. Now with preview, you can just see what this theme will look like once you drop it into your website. So with just a few clicks, we can change our website from looking like this to looking like this. And once we're done installing it, we are just going to go ahead and edit the text that we have inside it. This is just what we're going to be doing, and it's just beautiful. So if I click on here, I have the option of just changing the colors. I'll just drag this guy out of here. Okay, so if I click on another color, it's just showing me what I could just do. All right, so I have not even put this theme on my website, and I am already, having fun with it already. I could change the font and all of that. So once I drop this into the website, we're going to be having fun editing this theme, making it look like just exactly whatever we want it to look like. Everything in here is going to be changed by us. So what you want to do is that you just want to follow along, click whatever we click, whatever I click, just do the same thing, and before you know, you're going to have an awesome, wonderful, good looking theme for your website. Let's just get into designing our website.
All right, so remember, don't forget, we want to take this website from looking like this to looking like this. This is beautiful. All right, this is beautiful. This lady hugging a dog in the background. All right, I'll just show you how to do that. So let's get going. Now, the first thing you want to do, I have a list of the things we're supposed to do here. So let's continue doing them. We want to block search engines and set our URLs. All of that is in the settings. So you go to the settings tab. All right, set your website name. We will block the search engines in a while. So we don't want the tagline to be too long. Everything's fine here. Make sure this is unchecked. You don't want just anybody registering on your website. There will be a lot of robots registering and trying to do some funny things on your website. So make sure this is unchecked. And then you want to go ahead and just right about here. What else do you do? Yes, you want to set the time to the time in your local place. All right, so I'll just go ahead and look for a city, whichever city. I like to use London. I like London. Okay, so there you are. So I like to use London. The date is okay. And what else do we need here? Week starts on Monday. If your week starts on Friday, whatever you can do with your website. So, and that is that. So quickly, we'll just go ahead and yes, we'll disable search engines. Let's just continue with this for now. The next thing you want to go to, you go to writing, and then you make changes. Default post category, we will change that later. All right, standard, everything seems to be fine here, so no changes. And then we go to reading, and then this is where we will actually stop search engines from registering on our website, because you don't want Google to crawl a website that's under construction. There is this crawl quota that Google assigns to pages. Why? Because they don't want to waste resources crawling and indexing pages that are not ready to serve users. So you don't want Google crawling a website that you have not finished creating. So you want to discourage search engines from indexing your website, Google or any other search engine. So, and then when we are done, when you've actually put content, maybe like 5 articles or 10 on the website, or maybe if it's a personal website, when you are ready to launch, you can now come back here, uncheck this, and then allow search engines to find the site and show it to the world. So the next thing you want to do, you go to discussion. Oh, did we save changes? Let me just go back there. Oh, we didn't save changes here, so go ahead, select that. homepage displays. Don't worry about that, we will set things up for that later. All right, so let's go to discussion. This is where you actually set what happens in the comment section, notify any blogs linked to from the post. You want that notification so you know when so some other person knows when you link to them, and you want to allow this so you know when somebody links to you. Yes, unless it's like a personal or a business website, you want to allow this. Yeah, they must fill out name and all those things. You just go through there, and comment moderation. All right, so I like to select this for my blog. I want to manually approve comments. I don't want it just anybody commenting and putting out anything there. But you can uncheck this if you have a good comment plugin. So this is where you can enter words that you don't want to see on your website, right? Especially if it's a website for children, or maybe not, but you want to keep out words like that. You can include them here, words like that. So whenever someone types a comment that includes such a word, whenever you don't want that could be suburb or whatever, because it says it will match inside words for export. So press will match WordPress. So you want to be sure that you are careful about the words that you use here, not just any word, so you don't end up blocking out words that are actually okay. So this is what you want to do for words that you don't want to see. If you have a personal avatar that you want to use, you can go ahead, change it there. If not, go ahead, save changes. And the next thing you want to set up is the permalinks. This is very important. You need to set up your permalinks. Now for a new website, now look at this: index, PHP, year, month, name, date, post name, and all of that. You don't want that for your website. Let's just see what that looks like. All right, so this is what your URL looks like. Now look at this. It is just too long. Okay, it's just too long. So this is what you need for your website. That post name, it's clean and simple. Your domain name and your post name, that's what you want. And you don't want a URL that's too long. It's not helpful for your search engine purposes. All right, so this is what you want to do. But if you're coming from Blogger, okay, if you're coming from Blogger, you want to use a custom a custom URL structure. All right, something like not this. All right, this and I think this, and then you do .html. All right, so this is what you need if you're setting up something on Blogger. So year, month, num, post name. So this is what you want to do if you are migrating from Blogger website. But otherwise, you're on your new WordPress website, that is completely okay. Go ahead, save changes, and that is all that we're going to do for now. So the next thing we want to do, let's just take a glance. Time zone, page name, tags. All right, author. So we want to check out the users on the WordPress website. Okay, who are the users? What do you want to look like as the author? So this is just me alone as the only author. So you want to go ahead and edit that. Okay, come down, this is what you want to do. You want to add your first name and your last name, and then what will the display name be? Now watch, here is just a Gemini. Now you want something like this or this. Okay, so you go ahead and select that, leave your email where it is, and then you want to say something about yourself. All right, so that doesn't mean that's all I do with my time, but that's just a simple little bio, put it out there. And if you do not like this avatar, this profile picture, you can go ahead and change it. Okay, so that is that, and we have that all set up. So go ahead and click update profile, and so we can continue with the rest of the changes. Looks like we are done with the settings, and we finally get to go to the fun part. So the next thing you want to do is that you want to install a new theme and delete old ones. Now in order for us to do that, you can, there are a few ways to do this. You can go to appearances, you can go to themes, and then change the theme. But also there's a way to do it by simply installing a plugin, and there's nothing wrong with the first method, but I like to do second method. So you go ahead and click on plugins. All right, so there are a few plugins installed here. You want to delete the ones that you don't need. The thing with WordPress is that you have to get used to installing plugins. Okay, so I'll go ahead and delete this, and so Akismet will have to go, and then this Hello Dolly, it will have to go. So plugins extend the functionality of your WordPress website. Some of the things that you would have to do by writing code, you could just search for it, install a plugin, and all of that will be done for you. Bot protection. All right, so if this comes pre-installed on a Cloudways hosting plan. So if you do not have, if your hosting company doesn't have bot protection or anything like that, you can go ahead and use WordFence. All right, WordFence. So WordFence is a plugin that you can use if you don't have a bot protection plugin installed. You need to protect your website from hackers, from people trying to steal things from you. So I'll just go ahead and allow those two plugins. And also Breeze helps speed up my website. Thanks to Cloudflare for those two free plugins. So we need to install a theme. So I'll just go ahead and add a new plugin. Why am I adding a new plugin? Is because this plugin will install the theme and every other thing I need for setting it up. So the plugin you want to go for is Cloud Templates by Theme.io. So go ahead and just type Cloud Templates, and then it will bring it up, Cloud Templates by Theme.io. So when you're installing a plugin, be sure to check the author and the name. You just don't want to make the mistake of installing the wrong plugin with a name that looks familiar or something. So be sure you get it from a trusted author. All right, Cloud Themes and Templates has been installed. Once you have that, you want to go to Appearances, and you want to go to Starter Sites. Appearances and Starter Sites. Okay, all right, and remember we already have a theme in mind that we want to pick, but nonetheless you can go ahead and pick any theme of your choosing. You're probably in the all right, the premium ones mean that you need to pay to get them, but there are still a lot of cool free themes, photography themes that you can pick from, and you can always preview a theme before picking it. I think there's this theme that I had in mind. Okay, this is the theme. So what you want to do, you want to preview the theme before you actually install it. So I'll go ahead and click on preview, and just to see what this theme looks like when I put it on my website. So that is that theme. Looks beautiful. So I'll go ahead and click on import. All right, so this plugin is just going to, so once I start to import, everything is going to get installed at once for me. Content customizer, widgets, plugins. So we want all of those, and then we'll delete the ones that we don't need. So I'll go ahead and import the entire site. So we're just going to wait for everything to be imported. All right, so it's done importing. So view website and subscribe, skip, and add your own content. So if you're using this theme for the first time, Theme.io is a great place for you to get resources, so I wouldn't mind. So you can go ahead, view website and subscribe. All right, so this is what your website now looks like. Okay, this is what your website now looks like. Okay. Don't you love it? Don't you love it? It's actually so beautiful. This is what your website now looks like. Remember, it used to look like this. All right, remember, it used to look like this. Okay, so if I go ahead and click on here, let me just reload this page and see what it looks like. Okay, so it has changed. If we go to the home page, all right, so you have simply picked up this template with just a few clicks of the button. All right, and you have dropped it into your website, and this is what your website now looks like. So we can go ahead and simply edit this website, customize it to make it look like, to make it ours. All right, so let's just go back to the dashboard. Okay, go back to the dashboard. Like I said, you want to go to your dashboard, hover on here, click on dashboard, or you just type in your website URL /wp/dash-admin, and then it will take you back here to your dashboard. All right, once you get the dashboard, the next thing you want to do is that you want to go to plugins. Now there are two very important plugins that we need just before you start editing your website. There are two plugins that we need. We're going to remove the plugins we don't need, we don't want, and install the ones that we want. Now, first of all, we don't want this image plugin. It was installed by the Neve theme. All right, it's a good image optimization plugin, but just in case you cannot afford it, we will go ahead and deactivate WooCommerce. So unless you want to have like an e-commerce website, you don't need WooCommerce. So WooCommerce, so that will be settings for another video. But for now, we just want to set up a simple blog. For now, just so I'll go ahead and delete those plugins. All right, go ahead, delete those plugins, and then we want to add 2 important plugins. So you go to add new, to add a new plugin, and then what you want to look for is child theme plugin. All right, child theme configurator. Go ahead, install that. And then another plugin you want is Updraft, so that we can back up our websites. So just in case you don't have a backup function with your WordPress hosts, and then we go back to installed. Once it's done, we go back to installed plugins. Okay, so now that we are here, we have child theme. Now, before you actually start editing a WordPress website, you need a child theme. Now, what this does is that it keeps a version of your WordPress website such that when there are updates from your theme company, it will not overwrite the changes you made to your WordPress website. All right, just imagine that you go on here, you make a lot of changes to this theme just for the theme company to send an update, and it then overwrites everything you did, and lots of the things you did, if not everything. So what you want to do is that you keep a child theme. A child theme actually filters and keeps your changes while also allowing you to get updates from the theme company. So you go ahead and activate that. Child theme is active. The other thing you want to activate is the updraft, so that you can back up your website. So before you make major changes to your website, always remember to back up your website. Now, it's some hosting companies make this so easy that you can just log into your dashboard and back up your website for free. But if you do not have that, you will need to have something like updraft for you to use in backing up your website. All right, so the first thing you want to do, you want to go to settings. Now, once you come to settings, you want to go ahead. I think, let me just check this. Okay, so you want to set how you want to make some changes to how your backup is going to work. Files backup schedule. All right, retain scheduled backups for retain 2 scheduled backups. All right, that's fair. I think we should make it 3. Database backup schedule. Let me check this. Files backup schedule. Okay, so this is for files and this is for databases. Excuse me. So how many times you want to back up your files? I think daily, and then you keep 3 backups for like, that should be for like 3 days. I think this should be the same. Daily, keep 3 backups, so after 3 days delete the other ones. So yes, because you know sometimes you forget, right? Normally it should be like a weekly. All right, back up your website weekly, that's normal, but I think that in the beginning it should be daily, because there is a lot of things that you could forget to do. There are a lot of things that you want to change that sometimes you forget to back up your website. And then if you want to restore a version that you need, you may not have it. So where do you want to store? You want to store, I think I'm going to use a Google Cloud. All right. Google Drive. So, and there's a folder for Google Drive. Include you want to include all of that. So if you want a report sent to your email address about backups, you can always go ahead and check that. And then you want to save changes. We'll come back and set this up. So you want to save changes. And then once you click on save changes, it's going to ask you to sign in such that it can send the backup to your own Google Drive. So you want to integrate it with one of your Gmails. So for this to work, you need to have a Gmail account. I like to use Google Drive. You can always use any other form of storage, but I like to use Google Drive because they have a free space for me to keep my files for free. So click on that updraft once here. You can always go ahead and allow that. Blah 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 blah. All right, complete setup button to complete the setup. And now the setup is complete. Okay, just to show you something. All right, you can always pick any backup location for your website storage. So you can open a Dropbox account and all of that. But I don't know if all of these backup locations are free. So I like to use Google Drive. I'll just go back. I'm using the back button. I think I'll just go back. Nope. No. Not back down here. Okay, so once it takes me back to the backup and restore, okay, I want to go ahead and back up my website before I start customizing. Okay, all of that seems okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and back up the website. So it's actually backing up the website right now, so I'll just wait a little bit for it to be done uploading the files. And once everything is done, we can continue to customizing the website. All right, so the backup has been completed, and if you check your Google Drive right now, you will find the backup saved. All right, this is it. The backup is completed. It's completed. So if you make any a disastrous change to your website, you can always come back here and restore the version of the website that you want. So this is very important. And once you are done with that, you want to go ahead and set up your child theme. So we go back to installed plugins so that we can set up a child theme. Oh, excuse me, you want to go to tools. All right, so that's where you go to tools. You can hover over it and click on child theme. So once you do that, it's going to bring you down here to this section where you can actually create a child theme. All right, so you want to make sure. So what action do we want to take? Create a child theme. We want to make sure that the theme that we want to change is selected. It's the Neve theme that we want to change. All right, so we select that and analyze it. So it's always going to bring up the current theme that you're using, so you probably don't even need to make any change to that. All right, okay, appears okay. Okay, theme does not need that. So this is the name of the new theme, Neve Child. Okay, right? So you're gonna need this option for the first time you are configuring a child theme, such that it will take everything from the parent theme into the child theme. All right, you don't want to configure a child theme and your child theme ends up looking different from what you have here. So that is why you want to select that option. Excuse me. Yes, come down to copy menus, and it's good if you're doing this for the first time. We are doing this for the first time, so we want to go ahead and create a new child theme. Whatever happened there. Well, I think I lost my connection. Let me just check a little bit. Excuse me. Yes, I'll just go ahead and reload this page. Confirm form submission. So this shouldn't be happening, but I'll just go ahead and reload the page because I don't want to go back. All right, let me see. All right, child theme naive child has been generated successfully. Preview your child theme. All right, so that has been generated successfully. That was I had some network issues. Okay, so I don't expect you to have that issue. So once it loads, once the page loads, you should come here and see that your child theme has been created successfully. Okay, so what you want to do is that you want to go to themes, okay, and activate your child theme. All right, so this is the current theme that we are using, and this is the child theme. Now look at this. This is our website right now. Okay, so let's go ahead and use the child theme now. So I'll just I've done this many times, so I'll just go ahead and activate this child theme. All right, so the child theme is now active, and then the parent theme is right here. So now I'll just go ahead and reload this to make sure that we have the same child theme as what we had in the parent theme. Wow, this is beautiful. So everything is in place and everything is properly set up. We are not missing any theme. So what we want to do is we just go ahead and remove unwanted themes. All right, the themes that we are not using, we just go ahead, remove these themes, click on there, click on delete. All right, so I'll just click on the theme, click on delete. All right, so we have a clean theme area here, and that is beautiful. So what we want to do next is that we just want to go ahead and customize our themes. But if you just just want to, you can just go ahead and back it up again, all right, before you start the customization, but it's probably not necessary. So let's just look at our checklist right here. Right, once we are done installing the theme, all right, so the next thing we want to do is that we want to go to pages. All right, so when you go to pages, there are a few pages that you wouldn't want, so you go ahead and remove them. So if you're running an e-commerce website, your settings may be different, but we are just setting up a blog here. So what we want to do, we want to go ahead, remove these pages, cart, checkout. All right, remove those pages, send them to trash. If you remove a page by mistake, you can always go to trash and then bring it back. It will just allow the important pages, and then we remove the pages that we don't need. All right, refund and returns policy, if it just depends on the kind of website that you have. And alternatively, you can just select the pages that you want to delete, come here, move all of them to trash, and then click on the apply button, and it will just remove all the pages that you want to remove. So once that is done, the first thing you want to do is you always want to preview your page and see what it looks like. I'm just gonna go ahead, reload this, see what it looks like. Right, we have the home, the about, and the blog page, the contact us page. So first thing, I want to edit my home page. So I want to edit my home page. Right, so there are a ton of ways that you can edit your website. You can start with the menu, or you can also start with the home page, whatever you want to do there. All right, so I just want the easiest way, and then so here we are, and then we can start editing our home page and to see what it looks like. So you can always come here, okay, and then click on it. Now this is powered by Ota blocks. So select the text right there, select all of the text, and I think I'll just click on here, delete them, or you can just go ahead, select all, and then remove that. What do you want to say? Your Johnny. All right, so you just want to go ahead and include information that you want to include. Once you're done including that information, you can move on to the next thing, and this is just so easy and beautiful. I think I made a mistake there. All right, that is that. Next thing you want to do, you can always edit this button. Start here. What are they gonna do when they get there? So this button is powered by other blocks. Okay, go to shop. That depends on the kind of website, but I think I'll just go ahead and tell them to start there, and then I will include a link to where they're gonna go to. Sometimes you're not quite sure what to do here, maybe because you're just getting started, you don't have need for this button. You can go ahead and click on that and then remove it. But right now I have a link that I want to add here, and it's HTTPS right, so I will be creating a category called website setup. So once you land here, the first place you want to go is to go to learn how to set up your website. Okay, yeah, but this image, we need to change this image, so I will go ahead and select that, you know, just on there, and then come to this block section and go to style. When I go to style, I'll come to the background content. This is the background image. I'll just go ahead, select that, and then I need to change this image. go ahead and click on manage image, and then I need to upload an image from my computer, but I don't think I have an image, so I'll go ahead and go to Pexels. They have free images for whatever you want to do. Okay, once you come to Pexel, you want to look for a kind of image. Okay, so you enter Pexels. Actually, Pexels is a free image platform where you can come download and use images for free. All right, so there are a lot of images. I'm just looking for something that will fit into what I am doing. I think there's an image that I kind of like around here, and it is this guy. All right, so this is the image that we want to make use of. I could go ahead, click on this download button, but I don't want to do that. I'll just go ahead, click here. Okay, and that is that. The next thing I want to do is choose a size. I think I prefer I think I'll just go ahead, pick that just to be safe, and then I'll download the selected size. Okay, what I do is that I like to create a folder for whatever it is I am doing. So a digital based website. Okay, so once I create a folder, I can always open it up and save my images there, such that whatever I want, anything I want, I can always go to the folder and get it. Now I'll go ahead and close that and come back to my website. Now it used to be that you could install a plugin for your images. I will show us how to install a plugin for images and what plugin you'll use for your images, but sometimes it can be difficult to find a plugin that works. So there's an image platform that actually optimizes your image. Now that is a big image, but you don't want to put an image that will slow down your website. So once you have your image, you want to come down to imgboost.com. It's going to optimize your image. All right, so some people have the practice of picking a big heavy image and putting it on their website. It will slow down your website. It won't work well for your users, and it will not work well for Google as well. So once you come to IMG Boost, it's a free image platform. It's not just going to compress your image, it's going to change your image into the WebP format recommended by Google. So the plan is to rank in search engines once you have your website set up. So this is what you do. This is not working. So we want to go ahead and drag an image down here. All right, so I'm just gonna drag this image right here. All right, so it doesn't matter what browser you're using. So let me just go ahead, go to the folders, I'll go to desktop and digital based web. So this is the image. All right, so open up your file explorer. If this is big, you can always resize it, reduce it, and then I'll drag this image on here. Watch that. This is 0.4 megabytes thing, 400 and something kilobytes. It has reduced and it has resized, optimized the image. So I'll just go ahead and download this and see what we have, and I'll rename this digital Bees Home, Bees Web Home, and then I'll save that. All right, so I'll come back to my home page, open media library, and I'll just upload the image that I have just created. I'll go to desktop, open this up. Now if I hover on that, you see this is 373 kilobytes, and if I hover on this, (304 kilobytes). We probably didn't get the settings right. Okay, I think I made a mistake. We did not select the WebP format. Oh dear, we did not select the WebP format. So always remember to select the WebP format. So I'm choosing the WebP format right there, and then I'll just go ahead and drag an image on there once more. Also this 0.4, 19% of no, that's not good. So let me just go ahead and optimize that again. 50% optimization. So that's the kind of numbers that we want to see. So I'll just go ahead, download that digital. So I want to replace the first one that I did already, so it's a WebP file. I'm just going ahead. Yes, I like to replace images that I'm not using, just so that it doesn't take up too much space on my computer. So I'll go back here to my home page, editing portion of the editing space. All right, I just need to work on my light. I think I need to set up electricity right now. All right, once you click on upload, it's gonna take you to the file explorer where you can upload the image you just downloaded. All right, I'm gonna go ahead, go there, and watch this. This is 189 kilobytes, and this one is 373 kilobytes. So the image has been optimized. So this is what you do whenever you have a big image. Just gonna go ahead and do that, and just like that, there you have the change. All right, so we've gone from here to here. So we're just going to continue setting up our home page. So the next thing you want to do, all right, you want to change this session. Okay, so what I want to do is that I have 4 major categories on my website. Now you can always go ahead and delete this completely, but I have 4 major categories on my website, and I want to change this, make this 4 categories. So this so once you click on here, just click on that anywhere around there, and then the blog session will open up with the number of columns. So you can go ahead and increase that to 4. All right, so whatever you want to do around there, but then I could allow it where it was, and I just come down here, select it, click on it, and then duplicate it. Once I duplicate that, it adds a column automatically. Let me click on here to show you. So it adds a column automatically. So I'll then continue to make changes to this. I could do this to I could make this right. Right, so that is that. I can always go ahead, do that, and then I'll do something like and then once I'm done, then I can continue with the rest of the changes, and then I can make this right, then I'll make changes to all of this. All right, so that's what you want to do, and then we move on to making changes. Right, what else do we have now? One thing that you need on your own page is a reflection of what your blog is about, what your business is about. Should have told you this from the beginning. You need a reflection of what your business is about. What is somebody going to find once they land on your homepage? All right, what are you about? All right, so I just go ahead and edit that. So what are they going to find on your website, and how do they go about finding it? So that is why we have this information here, this button here. If you have a newsletter, you can put it on here for them to join. And then, you know, these things, you can always link any of this to any part of your website. Let me show you. All right, you go ahead, select that, click on here. You can simply link to whatever you want to link to. So if someone wants to learn more about content creation, I can link to that. I can link to promotion. I can link to the monetization strategies. Right, so I don't think we're done here. So how do you edit this? You can just go ahead and click on that icon, and once you click on that, this blog session is going to change. So you come down here to icon picker, and then you click on it. Once you click on icon picker, it's going to load the icons. It's taking a while to load, so I'm going to look for something like you know, maybe a pen or a book or a camera, you know. I just don't want it to be about writing only. So I'm probably gonna look for something else just to put in there, or so yeah, something like that. Okay, so it doesn't look like it's only about writing. Content creation can be videos, could be anything. So that is that for that session. And then so you can use that same method to change make changes to the rest of the tabs right here. So we move on to the next session. So let's see what that looks like. Okay, we have been, so if you want to write about your business and all of that, you can continue. You can always change this picture. Okay, but for me, I don't think we are going to need that. All right, I don't think we are going to need this. So you select the picture. You can always click on the image and replace it. Once you click on replace, you can always upload any image that you want, and that is that. You can also use the media library to find an already uploaded image. So let's continue. Yes, just about this, I don't need this session for now. I'm just getting started with my website, so I'm just gonna go ahead and remove that session. I don't have so much to put on the home page for now, and this is like a product category. Okay, we have removed the WooCommerce website, the WooCommerce plugin that was supposed to bring up a list of products right here. So I'll just go ahead and remove this session altogether also. Okay, once I remove that session, we'll be left with the newsletter option. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna get another image to replace that. This time I'll be looking for using a smartphone. That's what I'm just gonna go ahead and look for on Pexels. I'll look for somebody using a smartphone on Pexels. This guy right from the start looks amazing. Okay, videos is all the rage right now. A lot of people going for videos, doing videos and all of that. So I just like calm, normal people. So I'm just gonna go ahead, pick that. This is not like a very big image. The space is not that big. So I'll just look for something that's not too big, and I'll go ahead and download that. So download that the Little Biz web newsletter. I want to save that and go to my image boost. Now you do not have to do this if you have an image plugin that is optimizing your image and converting it to WebP. So just remember to select this and then drag and drop your image. Wait for it to optimize. Once it's done optimizing, you can go ahead, download the image. Okay, and save it to Digital Biz website. Right, I'm gonna save it there, and then I'll just come back to my home page, select this image. All right, once I select that image, I'm going to have an option to replace. So I'm going to just go ahead, replace that, upload. This is the 81 megabytes, kilobytes. This is 37, the smaller one. You know, when you are downloading images, it's always a good idea to just go ahead and replace the first image, so you don't have to do that. So you can replace the first image if you have the option to do so. Why we couldn't replace that image is because we have this is a WebP image, and the other was, I think, a JPEG. So I'll just reduce that. I don't want it to be too big. I just want something that will fit. Okay, let me see that. Okay, that looks better. And I increased it the side. Okay, it's increasing the whole thing. So I'm just gonna go ahead and center that image. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead, center that image, and I think we are done with our home page. So this will be useful when you have an email campaign, when you have a newsletter plugin that's helping you send out newsletters. So that is what you will link to this space right here. If you have none, if you've not set up your email newsletter, it's probably not a bad idea to go ahead and just remove this space, or yes, you could go ahead and remove that, remove the content that you have there, and then just use something else until you have a newsletter, and then you can include an option for people to sign up to your newsletter. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and leave this right here for now. So it looks like we're done. So let's just go ahead, preview our homepage, see what it looks like. Yes. All right, so this is what our page now looks like. Okay. Right, we've totally customized this website, made it to look like our own website. This is just cool. All right, this is just cool. No code involved. And then I'll just go ahead and update that. I'll update that. So if I go to my home page, this is what it looks like. This is what it looked like before. If I reload that, everything changes, and this is what we now have. All right, so Now let's continue with the setup. The next thing that we want to do is that we want to go ahead, customize the header and footer and other important parts of the website. So I'll go back to my dashboard, and then I'll go to appearance, and then I will go to customize. Let me just glance at my list here. Header, footer, widgets, and the important pages. All right, here we are at the inside customizer, and we want to go ahead and customize our website to make it look more original. So we want to go to the header. We want to go to the header. All of this look good. This is the menu. So if I want to change anything in this menu, apart from going to the header, right, this is the header. If I want to change anything in the menu, I could just click on here, right, this pen, shift click on that pen, and you can edit what you have inside there. Right, so that is the primary menu. I go ahead, click on the primary menu, and I can edit the primary menu. Now there are two ways of editing the primary menu. I don't want you to always come back to the customizer when you want to edit your menu. There is a way to edit your menu on the dashboard, and you don't have to come to the customizer. Since we're doing this for the first time, I'll just go ahead and delete this. I'll just go ahead, delete that, and yeah, we have this few pages, and I think I'm okay with that. So I'm just gonna go back there. Okay, just gonna go ahead. So now once you make a change that you are okay with, I want you to go ahead and click the publish button. Okay, once you're okay with the change, click the publish button. So just before I continue, I just want to show us how to make changes to your menu. Go ahead, shift click on that, and then you click on the menu, and then you come to edit the menu. All right, so if you want to add a page to this, you can always add an item. If you need a custom link, you put the URL and the text. Okay, but if not, you can always pick a category or a post. I don't like doing that, or a page, and then you just add it to you just add any of them. So if I want to add, say, blog to this menu, go ahead, click on the blog. It's going to be added. Easy. I can always drag this to reposition it, click on it and drag it to reposition it. And if you need a sub menu, you click on it, drag it to the right a little bit, and then leave it there. It's going to become a sub menu. Let's just all right, it's going to become a sub menu. So let's just go ahead and see what that looks like. Okay, so that's that. You have a sub menu that people can go to, and that is not what we want to do. So I'll just go ahead and remove that, just showing us what we can do with the customizer. All right, you don't have to always come down here to do this, but I'm just showing you what you can do with the menu. I'll show you another way to use this to edit menu items. And so the next thing we want to do, we want to change this logo, make it look like our own, do something that actually represents our business. If you have a logo already for your business, you can always go ahead and bring it up here. But if you don't, then you can easily go to canva.com. all right, Canva is where I do my designs. There are a lot of things you can do with Canva, whether you're gonna make graphics, whether it's for YouTube, whether it's for Facebook, whether it's for Instagram, for your website, images for your website, you can always get them from Canva. There is a free version and there is a pro version. The pro version helps you do a lot. You can publish image to social media. You can remove backgrounds from images. There's a lot of things you can do with the Canva Pro. So we're just going to go ahead and create a logo for the website. So what you want to do, you want to come to create a design and search for, go to logo. If you don't have that, you could just go ahead and search for logo right up there, and when it comes up, select logo. It's going to open in another tab. I'm just going to go ahead, close the home page, the Canva home page, and there you go. There are lots and lots of templates to pick from. What we want to do, we're going to look for 3D logo. Okay, 3D logos, and we'll just go through the logos, looking for something that we can use for our website. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and pick this. Let's see what that looks like. Let's see if we can edit that. Click on that. It's going to, okay. I will go ahead and click on this. Can we edit that? Now notice what's going on here. When I click on this logo, I don't have an option to change the picture, the colors on the logo. So I want to pick something that I can customize as much as I want. So I'll just go back and look for a logo that I can customize. And also something simple, because I don't want to waste the whole year setting up this website, because what's more important on the website is the content, especially if you're setting up a blog. So you don't want to waste all the time on this. So all right, now we have this. I'm just going to go ahead and then do that. That's digital. I'll change that to BizWeb. I don't want a space here because sometimes it can be difficult to deal with that space right there. So I'll go ahead and increase that. I want to make that bigger. All right, bring this guy down using the down button on your keyboard. Then increase that. I also want to increase this logo. All right, the good thing with Canva is that you can always reposition them. Okay, right then it's at the center. It's at the center. I'll also bring that down. I'll also bring that down. I want everything to be at the center. All right, that looks like I'll go ahead and select all of them, bring it down to the center. Okay, there you go. I'll just take that up a little bit. Looks like the logo's way too big, so I'm just gonna reduce that. No, to make it smaller. A little bit smaller. All right, I'll take that up. I'll take that up. Take that up. Okay, and then I'll bring it. I'll select all of them, drag and select all of them. I'll bring them to the center. I just want them at the center of the page. And then once it's at the center, I'll just go ahead, increase that. I'll just increase that, bring it down. Okay, that's Notice that I have that cross there, so I think it's at the center, but it doesn't carry the images on the website, the colors on the website. So I want to bring the website colors to the logo, so everything can fit together very well. All right, so I'll just go ahead and go to colors and background, and I'll look for I think I want to pick this for the background, so I'll go ahead and click on that, and then I'll copy that color. This is the beauty of Canva. I'll select the background, and then I'll come here, click on the color, and then I'll just go ahead and paste that color code right there, and then I can now pick it, and then it changes everything in the background. I want this to be white, so I'll click on that, look for a white color, and just do that. Right, so I want white. All right, how about this? We want something that is working on the website, so what do we pick? Let me just go ahead, go for another color here. Let's see how this can fit. I'll click on that, then I'll copy the color and bring it to Canva. Let me see how it will work right there. I'll go ahead and paste it there, select that, see what it looks like, and then we need one more color, you know, just to blend everything, make everything look a whole lot more personal. Let's see how this guy goes. Okay, let me see. All right, paste that there, and then I'll select that. All right, so there you have it, and that is the logo that we're going to use on the website. So let's just go ahead and just increase that. Now there's just one or two things I like doing with my logos, just because of how I'm going to use it. So that is that. I'll just go ahead and duplicate this. I want a logo, but I also want an icon, so I'll go ahead, delete that. I want an icon for the website, and just in a jiffy you'll see where and when we will have to use those icons. Okay, that is that. Place it at the center. Okay, so we go ahead, place that at the center, so we have a logo and an icon. All right, so where are we going to use this? Let me just go back here a little bit. So then what you want to do, you go to you want to change the logo on the website, and that takes you to site identity. Okay, let me just back that up. You go to header, and then you go to change logo. It will bring you to this site identity section. You have the site title, you have the site tagline. Now this is what we want to change. Go ahead and click on that, and then wait, let's just download the logo and the icon. So we'll go ahead and download the logo and the icon. Okay, click on the download button. PNG, I like the JPEGs, so that will be a JPEG. So you want to select which of the pages you want to download. If you pick the two at once, it's going to download as a zip file, so I don't want you to go through that. So download a page at a time. So this is what we're downloading right now, and that is the icon. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and label this. That is the icon. And then the next thing we want to download is page 2, which is actually the logo. Click on that, come here, unselect page 1 so you have page 2 checked. What else do you need? Done. So you want to make it a JPEG. I love JPEGs. They're not as big in file size as PNGs when you download them. So I want to label this. Alrighty, Digital Biz Web logo. So I'll go back to my website and I'll change the logo. Wait a sec, where is this going to show up? All right. We won't be using the site logo for now, so all we want to use will be the site icon. So let's go ahead and bring the icon up here. All right, select that, I'm just going to go copy that, place that there. Now, one thing about websites is that you have to give your images alt text so search engines can pick them up and actually understand what the image is about and use them in the proper locations. Okay, I just want that to be there and this to be here. I don't want it too big on the website. All right, so I'll go ahead, crop the logo, and watching here, all right, it has changed. So all right, that's that. Excuse me, I want it to show the site title. Okay, so in order for it to display the site title, I'll have to select this where it is now. It can only show the site logo or icon or whatever you place there. So I'll go ahead and select this. All right, it's showing the site title, so I want this to be in caps lock. Digital Biz Web in caps lock. So I want to go ahead and reduce the size of the logo because right now it's too big for the website. It's kind of too big. It looks better now. It looks better. It looks a whole lot better, so I can leave that there, and then I'll pick a site icon. Now watch this. Where the icon will work very well is for your mobile devices, and your now watch this. There is something called a favicon that actually shows up at the top here in the browser when someone visits your website. So once you change your site icon on WordPress, it's going to change the favicon for your website. Now look at this. This is the generic WordPress logo on the website, and it's not quite good. You don't have an identity, so you want to give your website its own identity. So I'll just go ahead and look for a square icon and give to it. Right, this from Canva is a square icon. Go ahead, select that, I'll do that, and then I'll do that, and then I'll move it. So this is okay, it's a square. I'll skip cropping and then it is saved. Now look at this, we have our own special icon specially dedicated for our website up there, so we will no longer have this generic logo on our website. Isn't that cool? All right, so that's just wonderful. I think we're done with the menu, so we want to go ahead, go edit the footer, just save changes. All right, what's it saying? All right, so I'm going to go ahead, save that. I'll just reload this, see what the website looks like, and wow, this is a customized version of our own website. It's looking, beginning to feel more personal right now. So the next thing we want to do, we want to go to the footer. Where's the footer? Right, that is the footer. Go ahead, click on that, and click on that pencil icon to edit the footer of your website. So now there are three columns, 3 rows that you can use here in editing your footer. The last has been taken by the Neve copyright stuff, but there are a few things that we want to add to the footer, and let me just glance at my list here. Header and footer. All right, so we just go ahead and do something with our footer. Click on that, and then I'll add a widget, footer 1. And once that is added, you want to click on that. Right, on the gear icon, you want to click on the gear icon right there. That's what you click on, and once you do that, this block will open up here, where you can actually add text to your footer. Now there are a few things that you may want to add to your footer, so you click on a plus icon, select paragraph. Let's just say something like quick links, and then I'll shift and do the enter key, and then we want people to be easily find the blog. I'll shift enter. We also want people to easily find the contact us page. We want people to easily find the advertise with us page, and that is that. I'll just bold this and then center everything. Now we have added that text to our footer, and that looks beautiful. So you want to go ahead and link that, so you highlight that, click on that, search for blog, should show up. All right, it's not showing up, so you can go to your page, right click on this, copy link address, come here, and paste it. And then you enter. That is too long for a blog. So when we are working on SEO, we will learn how to change URLs for these pages. That is just too long for a blog page. It should be /blog, and that will be that. So I think we should just go ahead here and edit this. Right, so once we have our website set up, we'll have everything in place. I'll just come here, contact us page. All of this need to be changed. All of this need to be changed. All right. So that's what you do to add links to the footer of your page. And yeah, you can always copy this, copy block, and then you come here, click on the plus icon, add a footer, could be footer 2, could be footer 4, whatever. Then you click on the gear icon, click on the plus sign, say you want to add a paragraph, right click, and then you paste code you copied, the block you copied. Simple. Just whatever, you know, just go ahead, remove that. You could do something like refund policy for an e-commerce website, something else, something like disclaimer. You can always have that, and whatever other important page that you want to add, right click there, do that, and then add a link to that. And just to the left here, there's one more thing I want us to add, and that is the logo of your website. And we will have a footer properly set up. Click on that, and you want to add your website logo, the complete logo. Click on that, click on upload, and then you want to bring that into that space. It's quite big. I want to reduce this. I don't want it to be so big and covering everywhere. And then I want to center, align center. And then I'll add a text. Just go ahead, send that, utilize that. Okay, the next thing we want to do just before we forget is the copyright. This does not have much use here, so I'll go ahead and edit that. I'll click on the gear icon. Click on the gear icon, that's not changing, so I'll just remove it altogether. And that looks like it's it has 2 columns, so I'll come to this gear icon right here and give it, I think I'll just leave it there, leave it the way it is, and then add something right here. Footer 4, I'll go ahead, edit it with the gear icon. So we'll add a paragraph block. Click on that. Okay. We just need a copyright text there. All right, so I'll go to Google and look for the copyright symbol. This is it. I'll just copy that. Paste it there. All right, and that is that. I think we should just go ahead and make it dbw.com. And then we will go ahead and center the text just so it balances with what it has above it. That's the problem. So I want this to be in the same line as this guy, so I'll change the settings. I'll make it 3. All right, so that's that. I'll go ahead and publish this, and once I do that, I'll come and reload my home page, see what it looks like. This is just wonderful. This is just wonderful. So we have a good looking home page, properly set up for our business. And so the next thing we want to do, we want to work on the important pages. Now the first thing you want to work on is going to be your blog page. So I'll just go ahead and click on the blog page, see what it looks like. All right, this is the blog page. Some useful links for you. So this is what our blog page looks like. Now this looks okay for me. I really don't have trouble with this, but there are a few changes you may want to make. To your blog. So this is where we go to. We go to layout, and then we go to blog/archive pages. So it takes us to the blog page, and this is what this page looks like. Okay, so we want okay, we have a grid. We can always check out other options. If you pick the cover, this is what it's going to look like. So a whole lot depends on what you like, but I don't like things cluttering the spaces, so I'll stick with the grid option and have 2 columns at once, not 3. So whether you want 3, whether you want 1, you can always pick whichever one you want. And then, do you want a featured post? I can go ahead and enable that. Yeah, but this article does not have an image, so I can't exactly see what it would look like for us to have a featured post on this blog. So this is what I want to do. Now, a featured post can be helpful on a website that talks about events. There are times that you have events that come up every week, every month. All right, so what you want to do is that you want it to show up at the top whenever you update an article about it, and set that post as a featured post, because on WordPress you can actually set any post. It doesn't matter when it was published, you can set it as a featured post. So let me just go ahead and edit that post so I know what my website will look like. I'll go ahead, edit this post, and what I want is I want to add an image to that post, just so I know how things look when I have a featured post set for my blog page. Seems like it's done loading, so I'm just gonna go ahead, go to featured image, and then pick an image for that page. Set that as a featured image, and then I'll just go ahead and update that. So let's come back here. I'll actually click on that, reload this page. Yeah, click on that. So this is what it looks like to have a featured post. It's going to show up at the top, and then with a big image right there, just so anyone visiting your blog can see that and click on that. This actually looks okay, but you can always do whatever you want with it. All right, so ordering and content. Do you want pagination? I like to paginate my WordPress blog page. You can make use of the infinite scroll, number, and search field, but I like the number. And then, do you want thumbnail? Do you want the excerpts? Because of the way it's set up, I could just go ahead, remove the excerpts, because excerpts actually it causes too many of your websites to have the same content on it. So you could have the same content on the blog page and a similar thing and on other different pages on your website. So you could go ahead, remove that. Post meta, you need an author. Do you want comments to show? The number of comments on the page, do you want that to show? If yes, you could just go ahead, remove that. Would you like to show the author avatar? So it's going to just show my face just close to my name right there on every post. Maybe you like that, you can always allow that, but since it's just me, I don't think there is any point in doing that. And then you want to go ahead and check this, use last updated date instead of the published one. This is good for SEO and good for your users, because when they come here and see a date, it's not going to be the date the article was published. It's going to be the date where you may changes to the post, which would keep the article fresh and attractive. I think we're done with the blog page here. So any other changes you would like to make to the blog page, you can just go ahead and do that. But it just depends on the kind of blog you're running. You're most likely going to be running a static blog page where you won't have need for too many featured posts. So for me, I'll just go ahead and remove that, but you can always allow that. It just depends on what you want. Sometimes your blog would need it when you're starting the blog and will not need it some way down the line. Sometimes your blog won't need it when you're getting started, but down the line sometime you may need the featured post section. All right, always a thing with the internet. All right, that featured image doesn't look too good. It's kind of different from what we have. So just to avoid further customizations, I'll just come here and replace the image. Look for something simple. All right, look for something that's gonna fit. This is a 1200 by 601 pixel. All right, so you need something that's wider, something that has a bigger width, just so that it can fit with the setup of the page. I'll just go ahead, update that, and then click on that to reload this page and see what it looks like. All right, seems everything's fine, so I'm fine with that. Okay, what's done with that? I think we're done with this. So the next thing we want to make changes to is the single post page. All right, what is it going to look like? So I'll just click on this, not that, I don't want to use that. I want to use some other page with content on it that I can use in previewing what my page will look like. So let me just go ahead, look at that. Okay, so this is what our pages will look like. Post pages will look like, right? You have the title here, everything at the top here, but you can go ahead and use some other setup. So if you pick this is what your post pages will look like. Title at the top, you have the name of the author, and then the meta details, then you have the image, and then you have the content starting right from there. I mean, you can always make this look however you want it to look like. Okay, you can bring it back like that, and then you can always pick the elements. You can always edit the elements. Cover height, you can change the cover height, reduce that, increase that. Title alignment, you want it to the left or you want to center it. Okay, just like that, just like so. Or display meta before title, you can always use that. All right, there are a lot of things that you can change right here just to fit how you want your page to look like. Okay, do you want to display comments? You can decide not to. You can always leave that. So now, yes, you want to leave your comments. Now this is the order in which your setup will be positioned. Text, the content, you have the tag under it, and then you have the page. What's this page called? How to choose the right products for your pet. Let me just go ahead and edit that page just to show us what a tag will look like. Let me just go ahead and edit that page. How to choose the right content, how the right products for your. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead, edit that page, and add a tag to it. Right, so these are what we call tags. I'll just add a tag, simple, anything. And then I'll just add a category. No, not you. Uncheck that, add new category. Right, so that's that. I'll just go ahead, update that post. All right, post has been updated. So I'll just come back here and click on that to reload this page and see what it looks like. Okay, so this is what it looks like, and then there you have the tag under the article. Let's just see what that looks like. All right, this will add a link at the bottom, something like this: previous posts and then the next post. I don't think I'm going to need that. Post meta, I want to add category to the top right here, so I'm going to go ahead and make that visible, and then so you have that, you have the category right there. Right now it's showing us uncategorized because the changes have not gone global. Remember, we have not reloaded this page, so that is that. All right, so I think we're done with the post page, but something we want to do just before we leave. Are you okay with the fonts? Because I think I like the title. I'm okay with the title, but you can always go ahead and customize your fonts. Next thing you want to do is you want to customize just before that, where do you have the layout? Do you need a sidebar? All right, because some people don't want a sidebar. Say you have the contact page. Do you want a sidebar? So we click on that, select, check out the contact page. There is no sidebar. I think I'm okay with that. And then, but we go to the blog page. Now, if you're using a blog, I would like you to use a sidebar somewhere. And archive pages. And then once you select that, you want to reduce this to 70%, content width to 70%. And there you go. You have a sidebar right there. And that is just beautiful. You have a sidebar. Go ahead, publish that. And we'll just take a look at what this looks like. I'll click on the blog page. All right, that is that. We have the blog and we have a sidebar to it. Okay. So what next are you gonna do? The next thing, you want to change the fonts. All right, I like the fonts the way they are. The titles are okay for me. What I just want to change would be the font used in the content. Let me pick something that has enough text on it. All right, so I'll just go ahead, go to typography, go to change main font. This is what you have here. Font family. Now, what type of text do you want to use? Now, there are a lot of text that you can use. I don't know why that's being pushed to the side like that. So I just want something that's so I could go for mullish. So that is mullish, and then I would go ahead and increase the font. I'll just go ahead and increase the font right there. So just whichever font you want to use for your website, just make sure that it's legible, something that people can see and read well. All right, and then you can always get more fonts with a Google Fonts plugin. Okay, you can always get more fonts with a Google Fonts plugin, but just make sure you are able to set the fonts to work well with your website so it does not slow down your website. Right now, once you're done with that, you want to load your fonts locally so that it doesn't have to make the trip of going to fetch the fonts each time a user visits your website. So it can just load the fonts from your local storage. You can just load the fonts from local storage on your website, and that will make your website load a whole lot faster. So we're done with that. All right, everything here should be okay and set. But it's just that you're never done setting up your website, you're never done fixing things, you are never done, you know, tweaking and making changes. So I'll just leave that there, and then we'll just go ahead and click on this button to close this. All right, so what next can we do? the About Me widget. So the next thing we want to add would be the About Me widget. Now it's very important that you have an About Me widget on your website, especially in this age of AI where people are not even sure what's going on anymore. So an About Me section is very important. How do we do that? We want to go to the appearance and then we go to widgets. So we are using a widget to add an About Me section to the website. All right, there are a couple of ways to add an About Me session to your website, but we're just going to keep that very simple here. So we want to add a block. Click on that, go ahead, type image, so because we're using the Ota plugin from Theme.io, there's something we can do here. So we'll go ahead and click on the media library, and then when it opens up, you want to go to dynamic images. Now you can always add any kind of image to your website, but Ota plugin's dynamic image makes it so that you can always use your default website's author image as your About Me session image. So I'll just go ahead and click on that, and then we can set a fallback image. No, we're not gonna do that. Just go ahead and click on the select button, and then it will show up here. I'll just go ahead and center that, align center, and that is that. The next thing I want to add is an About Me session. So I'll just click on the add, and then I'll click on the paragraph, some information about me. Right, so once you've fed that into your that's what you want to do, and then you want to go ahead, center that, so I want to go ahead and highlight the About Me and add a link to it. Should be a link to my About Me page. Or whatever the URL of your About Me page is. So you just go ahead and add that, and there you go. Right, so and that's how you set up your About Me session. That's just easy. I'll just go ahead, update that, and then I'll preview my website and see what it looks like. I think I'll just reload the website, the page. All right, I'll look at that. You have an about me section, and that's very easy. Something we didn't add there was the sort of a title. We need a title, something above it. So I'll just click on that, click on paragraph, and say about me. Is that even necessary? Yeah, I might just go ahead and center this, see what it looks like. I'll build that just so it has a chance of standing out. All right, so that's that. I'll go ahead, update this, and then I'll reload this page, see what it looks like again. Okay, and that's just simple. We have an about me a section on our website. Now this looks a lot more legitimate. Someone wanders into this website, they see that this is who you are, you actually know what you're talking about, and if they click on the about me link, they go to even learn more about you. If you're not afraid of showing yourself, it means that there is a good chance that you are who you say you are. So, and that's good. So just one more thing that we want to do right here in this widget session, we want to go ahead and add an affiliate disclosure. You can actually add an affiliate disclosure maybe to the sidebar or to the bottom of the page, because it actually helps in complying with laws in several nations and in several places, because you need to let people know if you are selling products, if you're an affiliate to products or to companies on your website, you want to let your users know up front that this is what you're doing, and it's very important for your website just to make sure you are complying with the laws of the different states. So for once, we're going to use ChatGPT. Now let's just I think we're doing too much on our own, so let's just ask ChatGPT So I have come to ChatGPT and I'm going to ask ChatGPT to help me create an affiliate disclosure for my website. Let me just get that done quickly. Here we click data. All right, we're done. So just gonna say hi. I think I should just do something like that. All right, it took a while, but ChatGPT has just created a wonderful affiliate disclosure for me. It's a little bit long. I could always edit it as much as I want, but I won't do that right now. I'll just go ahead and copy the whole thing. Meanwhile, thanks. Let's go ahead, copy the whole thing and take it to my website. And next thing I want to do, I'm going to add a paragraph and call it disclosure. Select the enter key and I'll just paste that right there. I just hope that looks good. Let me go ahead and update it, and I'll just reload my website and see what it looks like. Okay, that is a bit long. It's actually very long. It's actually very long. I think I'll go ahead and remove that section of the write-up. And once I'm done with that, I want to add a link to my affiliate, to my disclaimer page, just to make sure that this is not too long. I can keep out some of the information from here, but then add a link to my to my official disclaimer page. I don't want something that's too long. And then I'll just make a link to that. Okay. All right, and that is that. So we've succeeded in adding an affiliate disclosure to the page. Now you can always add this wherever. Some people add it at the top, some add it at the bottom, some have it on the sidebar. So it's actually your choice, wherever you want to have that added on your website. All right, and that is that. What next do we do? About me. And so the next thing we want to do is we want to include the important pages for this website. The important pages for this website, those will be the about me, the contact us, the disclaimer, privacy policy, and those and all of that. So those pages are actually very important for your website. We're done setting up the home page, the blog page. So I want to go to the about me and the contact us pages first, since we already have a template for those pages. So here we are on the about us page, and you can always go ahead and make changes to your about me page. And there are a lot of things here that I do not want already. Yes, there are a lot of things here that I do not want. Since I'm just doing a personal website, what I want to do, I'll just go ahead and get rid of most of the things that are here that I do not need. Let's say I'll just allow that and just try to tweak it, make use of that. then all right, so that is that. I've just added some text to the website, but I'll have to change this image to my own image. So you just want to look for an image that represents you. I don't have a way of editing that, so this is, you can go to style and make changes to the background content, but you can always remove that block completely and simply add an image to that space. So you want to upload your image, something that is about you and a photo you took. You just don't want a snapshot of your head or something. You want a photo that shows you doing what you're talking about. So I don't think I have my own photo right here. I could upload something from the computer, and that is that. And then you could go ahead and add more content to that session. All right, not there, somewhere around here. Okay, I'm actually unable to make changes to that region, so I'll just click somewhere about there. Not quite sure what's going on, so I'll just go ahead and remove these ones. Let me see if I could remove the entire session completely. Alright, there's no way of dealing with the entire session, so this is going to be annoying, but I'll just have to do it. Remove the sessions one by one till I'm done removing everything. So I want to add a block above this, so I could just go ahead and do this. Insert before. Since I can't find this is the icon I was looking for, but I couldn't find it, so I had to improvise right there. I started to think about you and your business, but do not spend too much time on this about me session. Most people don't care until a lot of people don't care about the about me session until you actually start getting their attention, so you don't want to spend too much time on there. So I'll just go ahead, remove the rest of the things that I do not need. But this just depends on the kind of website you will be building. There is a chance that you may need this on your website, but I do not need them. Okay, so I'll just go ahead, remove them. You probably want to add more pictures about yourself. Nobody cares anyway, but you can always go ahead and do that. Or maybe pictures about your product, what your business is about. So I want to remove this entire section. I don't think I can find a button for that, so I'll just go ahead, do it one after the other. Okay, that's the button, so I'll just do that and get rid of that. So here's like kind of a question frequently asked question kind of area. So you can go ahead, include what you want to talk about. So you go ahead, enter whatever, talk about your business, or let's say you're running you're selling products on your business. So you let people know all you want them to know about the business, reform policies, and the rest of them. And if you do not want a session, you can always remove that. That will go. Remove that. That will go. You can always create all of this from scratch. Okay, it's actually very easy to create from scratch, but just to keep things simple, you could always do that. All right, so this particular section can be a little difficult to edit, to make changes to. So in order to make this the way we want, we just want to I'll go ahead and I'll remove this. All right, but I'm not going to remove the entire session, so I'll just go ahead do this. Get rid of those ones. So now that we are done removing those page elements, what I want to do is that I'm just going to hover on somewhere about there. All right. So that is not where I want to insert the elements, but I'll just go ahead and insert that. What you are looking for is the accordion, and that's made available by the Ota Blocks plugin. So I'll just take it one step down so I can have my spacer back up there. All right, and you can always use this to create make your question and answer session. You could also, I recommend that you use a frequently asked plugin. You'll get that when you install Rank Math SEO tool, or there are dedicated FAQ plugins that you can always install and make use of on your website. But for now, we'll just have to make do with the accordion and do something like right, so depending on what your website is about, there may be frequently asked questions about your product, about your page, about your business. So this is where you can go ahead and make changes to that. Do you want this to be open on someone's visit to the website? You can allow that, but yes, you can set that to be initially open. If not, you can set that to close. So the visitor user has to toggle that for it to open. Okay, so let's just go ahead, update the page. and preview just to see what those changes look like. Oh, sorry, let's go to the about page. So this is what it looks like. Do I get a refund? Someone clicks on that and it opens up that. Okay, and that looks good and clean and simple. And that's that for that section. And this is where you could highlight some information about your business. I don't need that, so I'll just click on somewhere about there and I'll get rid of that. So you could add more information to your about page, your location, your business information, more images, email link. You could drop your email. You could add links to your social media profiles, and that will be that. We are done with that. So I'll just go ahead and update this page. And okay, just before then, there's just a few things you could change here. You could decide that you don't need this cover image. So here's what you do: select the image, go to styles, go to background content, because this is a photo of a dog. That's not what we want for a blog website. So I'll try to update this. Okay, let me just go continue with that just so we don't waste time on this. So I'll just use that image, and then one last thing I'll do is that I'll have to set this URL. Now this is just too long, and this is bad for your website. You want something that's just like that: digitalbizred.com/about. Remember, this is what we used in the about me session on the widget, right? So if we go back to the blog page and then you look at this widget, you have an about me page here. That's just what we want it to be. It's just what we want it to be. So we'll come here, set this to be that, and then I'll close that, and that is the new URL for our about us page. I'll go ahead and update that. Okay, and that is that. So I'll go back to my list of pages. Then I'll make changes to the contact page. Now these are the important pages that you need to set up on your blog website. Okay, contact us. This looks good. You can always change that image, but if not, you just want to go down there. Do you love what's here? You don't have a problem, but you may decide to just add your own block somewhere. Let's see if we can add something just right about there. Okay, maybe not. So I'll just do an insert after. Yeah, so we have a blog there. So that's just that. Let's just go ahead. So some people prefer to allow this on their website, to just allow this on their websites, and then you could go ahead and edit this to include, to have your own address, and then your phone number, and then you could come here and put in your email, whatever that is. And this is allowed here so robots cannot pick up your email and then send automated messages to you. So this is why you have this there instead of that. So we're just going to allow that there. All right. Okay, so we just keep going. Do you need a map on your contact us page? Do you need a map? Some businesses need a map such that people can easily find the directions to your business location. I don't need that, so I'm just going to go ahead and remove that. I just love this the way it is. You can always allow this, but one thing I recommend is that you test your contact forms. Do well to test your contact forms to make sure that they're working, and then come here to include your social media links. You can always include links to your social media right here. Let me see how we can edit that. Now it looks like there's just no way to add links to this, so I'll just go ahead, I'll just remove those. I'll just hit the enter key just from here. I'll hit the enter key, and then this will open. I'll click on that plus icon, and then I'll look for social. Just the social buttons from Otablogs, they don't seem to be working, so I'll go for something else. Social icons, and then I'll click on that to add. What do we need here? I think we need Facebook. So I'll just go ahead and add Facebook to that. I'll add something else, maybe Twitter. All right, Twitter. I'll add Twitter to that, and just like that, you can always add lots of social media icons to your About Me session. So in order to edit those, to add links to those social media icons, I just want to do something. I'll just click on that. Once I click on it, that will come up. It's actually asking me to add an email. So you want to have a link to your social media, Facebook, to your Facebook username. You want a link to your Facebook username, so that's what you go, something like that, and then you'll select the enter key. I'll just go ahead, update that, and I'll preview the page. So I'll go to the contact me page, see what that looks like. Contact us page. This link is live, and if I click on that, it's going to take me to Facebook, and that is that. So the next thing I want to do, this is just too close to the cover image, and I'll just go up here, over around somewhere about there, and then I'll click on the plus icon, and I'll need to add a spacer. So the spacer actually gives that space between items. That looks good right there, right about there. I think I'm okay with this, but if this contact form is not working, you should just go ahead and remove that altogether, or find a plugin that can get that working for you. You can say something along the lines of use the contact form, or so that is that. I think I'm okay with that. I'll just go ahead and click update. I'm not okay with that. There's just one more thing you have to do here. You need a reasonable contact me URL, so always check that. You click on there, come here, and then I'll just delete that. And then for those, sometimes you may have comments allowed for your important pages, but you don't need that on an about or a contact me page. So make sure this allow comments box is unchecked. All right, that looks good. That looks good. So I'll just go ahead and update that. That looks good. Just a couple of pages to add there, and then we'll be done. It's a couple of pages. Now, if you go to websites, you'll see things like privacy policy pages, disclaimer page, terms of use, and all of that. So we are just going to add that to our website. Excuse me. But how do you actually create those pages? I want to introduce you to Policy Maker. So you just go over to policymaker.io. So with this website, you can create a free privacy policy for your page, free terms and conditions, free disclaimer. So I'll just go ahead and create a single page, and then you can create the rest of the pages for your website. So the website and then you want to enter your domain name. And then do that. All right, if you have a company name, go ahead, include that there. But if not, then you should use your website name. Select the country where information will be stored, say that, and then yes, if you accept payments to your website, go ahead and choose yes. But if you do not accept payments on your website, I'll just go with a yes for now, just in case. Do you show ads on your website? Most likely yes, because even when you do not show ads on your website at the beginning, there is a chance that you start using ads on your website once you start getting the amount of visitors you want to see every day. If subscribed by law, will you disclose? I think I will. I do not do that on my web page. It just depends. So you just go ahead, answer the questions. Go ahead and answer the questions, and I'll just choose that, and I'll just give them my email address. I'll just go ahead and give them my email address, and then I'll finish that. Right, so your privacy policy is generated. All right, welcome to operates that. So why I actually like these guys is that they have a lot of information in the privacy policy. So what you want to do is to just go read through and make changes to some of them, and be sure that everything you have on that is actually correct. All right, they have information for GDPR, California Privacy Protection Act, and all of that. So you just want to make sure that everything is correct right about there. I like to copy this. I'll just copy that from there, and then I'll take it to my website. What I'll do is that I'll create a new page. I'll create a new page. and I'll give it a title, privacy policy. Alrighty, and that is that. Then I'll just go ahead and paste the information I copied in there. All right, and then we have a privacy policy page all set up. Now, something that I like doing is that I'll just go ahead and I could make this a heading. I could make this a heading, something like a H2, just to give the page some structure, and I'll just make all of that H2s just to give the page some structure. Okay, you don't want your page looking like some auto-generated stuff. Google doesn't quite like that. So you have to make some changes, add more information to this. If you want to do that, just add more information to your privacy policy page just to make it a little bit more original. So what you want to do is you save it to draft. Why am I doing that? I want to make sure that the URL here is correct. And before I publish my page, I'll just go ahead and preview the page just to see what it looks like. All right, this is good. I think I'm okay with that. And then just like that, I have a privacy policy page for my website. I'll just go ahead and publish that. Publish. Alrighty, so we are done with setting up the privacy policy page. Now what you can do is that once you're done setting up your privacy policy page, there are a lot of things you can do with policy maker. You can create a disclaimer page, terms and conditions page, privacy policy, and any of that, and all of that for free on policymaker.com. Their privacy policy is not just thin and lacking the amount of information that you need. You need a privacy policy that has enough information for users coming from just about anywhere in the world, and about your business and how it relates to the users. You should have to take these things seriously. Just because you're putting out a website on the web, everything is not that simple. If you break the law, you will be held accountable. So you want to take these things seriously. This is why you want to read through the privacy policy to be sure that you can conform to everything that you have on that privacy policy. So just go ahead, add all the needed pages, and once you're done with that, you are done. And we are almost about finishing up the website. So once you're done adding the important pages, I would love you to come back to appearance and go to your menu. So this is how you can edit the menu for your primary menu. The items on your primary, this is how you can edit the items on your primary menu. So I want this to be just the menu, primary menu. So I'll just go ahead and change. Maybe you could decide to change that or leave that alone. But let me just show you quickly how to add items to this. So once you come here, you can simply check an item that you want to add. Say the privacy policy page we just added, I'll check that and I'll add it to the menu, and that is that. But I could also add a custom link, maybe a link to an email newsletter. I don't like having a separate link for my email newsletter. It's just you can't afford giving users more stress in signing up for your email. So if you have a link to an ebook, a link to a product, a link to another website that you owned, whatever that you own, a link to an ebook, a link to one of your product pages, you can always have a custom all right. So once you're done with that, you can say you can add, and then you say add to menu, and then it's added right there. So if I go ahead and save this menu, all right, once I save that menu, if I come back to any of my pages, watch this menu items, all right, they have been updated. So this is how you edit your menu and add items to it. And this is quite beautiful, right? So the contact page has been updated, so I'll just go ahead and click on that. Now watch this. About the URL is clean. Okay, I think, yeah, we have to change the URL for the blog page. For the contact page is clean, the privacy policy is clean. And just make sure the URLs are all correct, so you don't have any problem. I think we should make a change for the blog page, and that is that menu has been saved. In order to make changes in order to change the URL for the blog page is actually quite simple. You can always do a quick edit right here, and then do this, convert that to blog, and you just go ahead and update that. So you do not have to enter into your page every time you want to make changes. So there are some changes that you can do using the quick edit button, and then you'll be done. And that's that. So I'll just come here, reload that, and I'll hover over the blog page, and that is my URL. If I click on that, it looks so clean. All right, it's just simple and clean, and that is what you want on your website. I think we're just about done with that. So let me see, what do we have? What else have we not done? Okay, there are a couple of plugins that we need to install. Image plugin, spam plugin, and then we'll have to link our websites to Google Analytics. Okay, but I'll just want us to link the website to Google Analytics first before we go ahead and add in the plugins. Just stay with me here, we're gonna be done. So what I want to do is to go over to googleanalytics.com. So analytics.google.com, or actually that's the right thing. All right, analytics actually takes me down here because I already have an account with them. But if you do not have an account with them, you should just go ahead and sign up with your Google email address, and then click on the create account button. The page may not look like this, but what you want is that you want to create an account such that it would take you to this page. So I'll just go ahead and enter a name for this account. right, something like that. I think I'll just leave those ones like that, and then I'll click on the next button. The next thing I want to do is to add a name for this property, and that should be the name of the website that you are trying to track. So account is different from property, where an account covers everything that you will do inside your Google Analytics. A property is for a single property, like a website, like an application. Okay, so this is what you do with the property. So you want to enter the name of the website or application you want to use Google Analytics for. So this is all right, that is that. You want to choose your country and all that you need to choose. Pick a country, a time zone, sorry, a country, time zone, and the currency. We'll leave it at with the US dollar, and then I'll click on the next button, and it takes me here. So you want to give Google some details about your business. What is your business about? So I think I'll just go ahead and let me just see. I'll just go for jobs and education. Okay, and yes, we're not that plenty, so at the moment I'll just go with that. And then how about this? So it just depends on what you want to track on your website. Do you need information about lead generation? This is about driving sales. Do you want to track sales, brand awareness, and the rest of the stuff? Examine user behavior on your website or application. So you can pick the ones that you want to select out of this, or you can just go for the baseline reports at the time. So we'll just go for the baseline reports and then create, excuse me. So you want to pick a country. You want to pick your country, and once you're done with that, I'll just go ahead and pick you accept terms and conditions. So once you pick a country, accept terms and conditions, and then you can go. Alrighty. So once you do that, it will bring you to this page where you can pick the platform for your property. So if what we're doing is a website, so we want to pick web. So if you are using Google Analytics for your Android or iOS application, you should go ahead and choose any of that. But since we're working on a website, we will go ahead and choose the web. Right, since we're working on a website, we'll go ahead and pick web. Okay, and this stream opens up where we can enter the domain name for our website. So you want to make sure the protocol is correct. That is that, and then we'll go for okay, website name. Website, I just want to do that. So let's just check out the things that we'll be tracking. We'll be tracking scrolls. How do people, what's the behavior? Capture a page, event, time page loads, or scrolls, outbound clicks, site search, form interactions, downloads, video engagements, and all of that. Alrighty, I'll just check this advanced session. I think I'll just leave those there, and then I'll save this. and I'll create a stream for my website. Google Analytics is very important for your website. So we have successfully created a stream for our website, but right now Google is not yet tracking what happens on our website. So how can we make that happen? How can we make this possible that Google will be able to actually track and record what is going on our website? I'll show you how to do that in a bit. You'll be using a plugin to install the Google Analytics code on our website, and there's a very simple way to do that. So what we want to do is we want to copy this code. Right, this is the measurement ID. You copy your measurement ID, and then you go back to your website. You want to go to plugins and add new plugins. Okay, what did I do? So add new plugins, and the plugin that you want to add is GA Google Analytics. Once you type that there, it should just show up. All right, GA Google Analytics. So I'll just go ahead and install that plugin, and then I'll go ahead and activate that. And once the plugin is installed, I want to go to settings, and then I'll go to plugin settings. You can check in here to learn how to use the plugin, but I want to go to plugin settings, and this is where it's asking for the Google Analytics tracking ID so you can use this for whatever you want. There's a space here for the custom code, but that's not what I want to do. I want to use this measurement ID here, and I'll put that just right in there. And once I do that, I'll just go ahead and save changes. All right, changes have been saved. So let's go back to Google Analytics. So we'll just click on that to close, and then we have a new stream created, right? So we'll go ahead and click on next. It may take up to 48 hours for Google to before your property starts collecting data. So I'll just go ahead and continue to home. And this is what your home looks like. This is what the dashboard of your Google Analytics looks like. This is what your Google Analytics dashboard looks like. It has your website information, your website name or the name of the property you used, and the name of the account right there. And this is where you get information on what is going on your website. So this is how you track what people do on your website, where they come from, right? The pages they visited, the kind of content that is performing well on your website. And this data will inform you on how to interact with your users and what kind of information is actually doing well. And if it's a product page, It can, if it's a product website, it's an e-commerce website, it can let you know what products are selling, where users actually come from to engage with your website to buy your product. Do they come from another page on your website, or do they come from a different website from your own? Are they coming from search engines, or are these direct traffics, or are they coming from the social media? So Google Analytics is very important for your website, and you want to have that set up. So just to make sure that we are actually getting data from Google. So it's showing us users that have come to our website in the last 30 minutes. So I want to see the users that are coming into my website in real time and not in the last 30 minutes. So I'll go ahead and click on that. So I'll go ahead and select that. And this is the real-time data for your website. And it's telling me that there has been one visit, all right? One visit to the blog page, and that has been me visiting this page, all right? So I just reloaded this page to see if this is actually working. So I'll just go ahead and visit some other page just to make sure that this analytics code is working properly. So I'm visiting some other page, how to choose the right product for your pet. So I'm visiting this page just to make sure that my Google Analytics code is registering and is getting information from that website. Let me see this. All right, so it's telling me that there is somebody right now on the website, and that person is viewing how to choose the right product for your pet. All right, and that is so easy. We have just installed a Google Analytics tracking code. So whatever is going on your website, you'll be able to see it, what people are doing on your website, where they're coming from. Is it one person visiting your website, or are there a lot of people? What is the location? All right, it's showing me where the user is actually coming from on the world map right there. So this is the beauty of Google Analytics. So I'll just come back right here to just, and everything is working fine right here. It's just very simple. So the next thing we want to do is we want to add just a few plugins to the website. We're almost done with the setup. Let me just see, what are we supposed to do here. We need to add an image plugin and a spam plugin. Remember that you don't need to upload such heavy images to your website. So we want to go to plugins and add this very beautiful plugin to our website. It's called WP Optimize. I'll go ahead and install that. This will compress your images and actually make them smaller. Another plugin that you might want to install is the WordFence plugin. So just in case you do not have a security plugin on your WordPress website, WordFence, the free WordFence plugin, is what I recommend. It will block people who are trying to hack into your website, people trying to steal your website from you, and all of that. It will block those threats and keep them out of your website. So once we're done installing those plugins, I want us to go back to the installed plugins page and then set up those plugins. The first plugin I want to activate is the WP Optimize plugin, and just in a bit I'll just show you what that plugin can do, and then I'll go to settings. All right, everything looks about okay. Everything looks just about okay with this plugin, so I'll go ahead and save changes. All right, settings have been saved. So I want to go to the image tab to make changes, and I want it to automatically compress newly added images such that I don't have to compress them manually. So once I add an image, it will just be compressed automatically. And then I think do you want maximum compression or maximum quality? So I'll just go with I'll just stay in the middle. So if you want maximum compression, this will actually reduce the quality of your image, but I'll just leave that there. How about WebP conversions? So you can go ahead and add a WebP plugin. As of now, I'm yet to find a useful WebP plugin. So I'll just leave that there, and then I'll just go on. So there are a few uncompressed images on my website, so I would really love to have them compressed by WP Optimize. And so I'll just go ahead and select all the images, and then I'll compress all the selected images. So I'll just wait for WP Optimize to compress the images. All right, it's done, and all the images have been successfully compressed. This means that my website will always load a whole lot faster, and even the new images that I add to my website will be compressed. I'll just go ahead, reload this page, and that is that. It's just cool. Everything is cool and neat. And another beautiful thing you can do with WP Optimize is that you can make changes to the database. So you could optimize database, you could clean post revisions. Many people don't know that when you make an update to a post or a page on your WordPress website, WordPress actually stores the previous version of the page, just in case you want to. WordPress actually stores a previous version of that page, just in case you have need to revert to the previous version, and this could actually accumulate and actually slow down your website. We have trashed posts here, we have spammy comments, we have unapproved comments. So if you have the need to clean your database, I'll just go ahead and uncheck that. I don't want to delete trash posts just for now. Post revisions, draft posts, I don't want that done. So I'll just go ahead and run the selected optimizations, and this plugin will just delete all the unwanted items on the website to make my website perform a whole lot better. And this will make my website perform a whole lot better. All right, so all those unwanted elements have been removed. So we'll just go ahead and move to minify. So with WP Optimize, you can minimize JavaScript, CSS, and the rest of that. But I already have a plugin that's doing that, so I'll just leave this right here. So once you're done with running the optimizations, your WordPress website should be good to go. So let's just preview, reload the website and see what it looks like. Righty. Looks about okay. Okay. Right. All right. So this website looks just about done, and then we can move on to other things. So that's that. You are done setting up your beautiful WordPress website. But just before we go, there are a few things that you need to consider. This website is well set up as it is, but it is not optimized for SEO. All right, SEO optimization is a different topic on its own, and we will treat that in another video. And once we have that video, I will leave a link in the description. So if you're watching on YouTube, please go ahead and check the link in the description, and you should be able to find the video on search engine optimizations once it is out. But for now, that is that. All right, hope you were able to set up your WordPress website and have it looking wonderful as it is right now. All right, so if you learned something, I recommend you go ahead and like this video, and also subscribe to this channel so you don't miss out on new and helpful content on blogging, WordPress, website setup, and all of that. Thank you for watching. Enjoy.